I'm really proud of my guys for the comeback against a really talented team in Canisius. Thought it was a heck of a game. I think if you're a basketball fan, you probably enjoyed the game of runs and all the shots that were being made by both teams. Yeah, and I'm proud of my guys for finishing it off and finding a way to come back.
Questions for David and A.J.?
Well, David, can you just talk about what this game meant to you guys? I mean, just for first place, they beat you at your place.
I mean, it's kind of weird because the way that everything has been set up, we've been playing basically first place games like in a row. Every game was important, but we knew like this was to put us ahead for first, and it's always going to be important playing Canisius because they're a great team. Like Coach said, they get up and down, they play hard, and they got great players. You know what I'm saying? So it's always big for us, and we just wanted to come to Buffalo and compete and play as hard as we could play, and with the most amount of energy we could play with, and we did that.
A.J., you want to just talk about the hot hand and carry? I mean, the 3-point shooting in the second half, in particular for you guys, was key.
I mean, last time they came out of the zone at home, so we struggled a lot, and I had a bad turnover at the end of the game, and I felt like I lost this game. So, I mean, Coach got on this a lot, saying when they come out of zone and in the second half, we be ready to make shots and be ready to share the ball a lot and stuff like that. So we shared the ball, got the ball in the right people's hands, and then made shots.
Did Canisius playing zone almost play into your hands?
Just quickly, can we just have questions for us so we can get them out?
Sorry.
Anything else? Sorry.
I mean, you guys can just talk too about the perimeter, the job you were able to do, taking the three away from them. I mean, they were going, they had Heath come out and shoot a few of them when they were trying to get back in it then. It wasn't Barron, it wasn't Lewis,
Well, Coach told us that, Barron and Lewis, we know they're great shooters, so especially Barron. So he told us that don't give them any threes. If you're going to give anybody a three at this time, it's going to be Heath. And we just wanted to make sure that we hedged out the right way and got out aggressively on defense to try to take the three-point line away from them. So that's what we did.
A.J., one last thing you were talking about, last game. You felt a sense of personal obligation today? You said you had a big turnover at the end of last game.
No, it's never personal. But, I mean, I just feel like every time I step on the court, I want to win. I'm really hard on myself, maybe more than anybody except I don't know about Coach. Every time we step on the court, I remember a lot of things. I try to remember making those bad turnovers and stuff like that. And like you said, the turnover at the end of the game, it was huge and stuff. But I just try to get back. And we lost here both times last year, and I didn't get to play. I was hurt with my wrist, so I wanted to help the team out and stuff. So.
Is there a sense of relief, kind of getting some separation on top of the standings?
No. For me, no. Because, like I said, every game is basically for first place. Next game, Canisius can win, and Wednesday, whatever happens, you always have to be, especially in first place, you're up a game, you always have to be aware of what's going on and try to come out with the same energy no matter who you're playing or, it's really no relief. Not in this conference. You can't just walk in and think people are going to lay down in this conference. They're not.
Good to go?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
See ya.
Coach, same story, different season. Okay? This is, again, you guys you put yourself in a pretty tough schedule. The record was down. What have been the challenges with this group and where you are now?
I think we played a tough schedule for the number of new guys that we had, and we lost Isaiah Williams for 6 games during that stretch. I think we went 1-5. So it was not an opportune time for that to happen. We've lost several of our big hits for the year, 2.5, one maybe back at playoff time. Another 2 kids have been out, one the whole year, one after 10 games. So we're playing with less numbers and all that, but I think our guys are starting to play with more confidence, understand our system a little better. And I think when you go and you play the game at Kansas, when you play at Northern Iowa and those kind of environments, get you ready for our league play. When you come here, it's a great environment here, but you've kind of been used to it already, so it's not the first time. We also get a chance to see who can play in that environment and who may struggle a little bit and make hopefully better decisions because of that.
Coach, Sean Armand only had 10 points. Does it ease your mind to know your team can go out there and put up 100 points even with Sean Armand?
I'm going to tell you what eased my mind today and what I was really proud of Short about. He had 9 assists. And we've been really preaching to Sean the way teams are playing you. You really have to make the extra pass, and it may take a few games before other teams realize that we have a lot of guys that can score the ball if that happens, and he'll end up getting his open looks back. But he played within our team the entire game and did a great job that way. And yeah, obviously guys have to make shots. A.J. played great, Dave played great. Numerous guys did a really nice job for us on the defensive end. Not so much. but at least we were able to make shots on the other end, and it was a competitive game. And guarding them, with, in all fairness, when they're playing almost a little bigger than us, but they had 5 guys who could step out and make shots as well. So it was a different type of game. I love those types, and you know, hopefully it was entertaining. I'm glad we came out on top.
Everything good?
Was there an adjustment in particular on Valenti at halftime? He had a pretty good first half.
You know, it was our guys just not taking a scouting report and bringing it into the game, especially when you're so focused on a couple of other players. And, you know, I told him, because I've been around, like, the new guy in the starting lineup usually plays with great energy. So he's going to go out there and he's going to try to prove something, and that he wants those minutes more often and is excited to start. So if you don't match that kid's energy, and a lot of times it may be your 4th or 5th defender on that type of player. And the kid, credit to him, played with great energy, but we kept giving him his left hand. And, you know, I don't know if he can go right yet. Maybe he can, but I still am waiting to see it. And that's something that we have to discuss as well. So every time he posted up, left, 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 you know, and then we left him open. He hit a 15-footer, and I know he hasn't been shooting 3 well in the year. But if a kid hits a 15, 16-footer, you can't give him one almost in the same area 3 feet back on the very next possession. You're just going to build his confidence. And we did that. It wasn't too bright. I think we did a better job of not giving him those easy looks.
Coach, you had an aggressive double team step out on Billy quite a few times in the game. Did you take that from Manhattan, or did you not see that, notice that against Manhattan? Because Manhattan was the first team I'd really seen step out. So
we've done that when Dave played in the first half at the game at our place. We didn't play Dave in the second half because I didn't think his energy was good at the first game of the year. And I think he's come a long way since then. So we thought he was ready energy-wise and understanding what he needed to do better. So therefore, we do that against certain players. We know Billy can go for 40 points, and let's say he's a special player. You guys are really lucky to have him here. But yeah, we've done that often, and I didn't really watch enough of Manhattan game to see if they were doing that all game long or not.
Good to go?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.